So I left Syria exactly 4 years ago today, and I've left a lot of places since. When we left, it was supposed to be just for a few months, you know how it goes, but there was something about the way my dad was just so silent while he was driving through the many checkpoints on the way to the airport, and I knew it would be longer. I'm just going to share, I'm just going to share a few flashbacks to memorable summer times over the past few summers in places I've left. So, summer 2012, JFK Airport. I was born with another piece of paper, an American passport, and that has made my travels much safer and smoother than my friends. And I remember just sitting there on my suitcase, exhausted. And my father is somewhere, he's looking for a wheelchair for my grandma, and my eyes are still puffy, and I'd cried the whole trip, the whole way there. And I remember telling my mom, how could they do this to us? And her just hugging me and saying, they're gonna do a lot more, and to many more people. Summer 2013, Turkey. So I'm both annoyed and, to be honest, relieved that the journalist I'm working with decided to not cross the border into Syria, but of course, I only show her the first. I don't want to show her I was scared. And we're still pretty close, and I can see it, and that's getting to me the whole time. And we're sitting inside this women's rehab center, and I just keep looking out the window. And this woman, a survivor, she looks at me and she tells me, you know, if you weren't leaving so soon, you could see the sky turn orange when the night falls. Summer 2014, Michigan. Why do you keep leaving? It's what my mother always asks. You should apply for a job here. Don't you miss us? I do. And I don't know how to explain to her the immense depression I fall into every time I'm on their side of the Atlantic. And so I give her the excuse of work, but she doesn't buy it. I give her the excuse of needing to get away from the ex-boyfriend, but she doesn't buy it, and you know mothers, they always push. And at one point I just snap and I'm like, you raised me there. Are you really so surprised? I want to go back. Summer 2015, also Michigan. I'm lying on the couch, browsing Netflix. I just finished kitchen duty. I've finally come clean to my parents that I do not share their religious views, and they decided that meant I have to do the dishes every night while they pray tarawih. So I'm like, it's fine. I get to sneak a cigarette and watch Netflix when I'm done. And I'm just sitting there and I'm starting to doze off, and my phone buzzes with a WhatsApp message. And I still remember, and it scares me, that for a second I was like, meh, and then I was like, you know what, I'll look at it. And I pick it up, and it's just a one-liner message from my best friend Hassan. And it says, we're sinking, call the Coast Guard now. And he shared the location. Summer 2016, Malmo, Sweden, hey. And it's my last day, and it's finally sunny. So if you haven't been to Sweden, it's hard to describe how special that feeling is when it's finally May in Sweden and it's finally sunny. And my friend and I, we get really excited. We put our bathing suits on, we put some clothes on top, and we run down to the Corniche. We're like, yes, we're going to get a tan today. We're starting to not look Arab anymore. We need to swim. But we get there, and it's still too cold for us to swim. So instead, we just watch the Swedes happily jumping into the water, and we're like, we can get a tan. And my friend lights up a joint, and I'm like, hey, I don't want to get arrested on my last day here. And he's like, and he just puts on his reggae music and completely ignores me. And I'm starting to get nervous because I'm realizing it's my last day, it's my last evening. I don't know when I'm seeing these people again, and they don't have freedom of the movement. And so I start coming up with all these deep conversations and asking him questions about what it all means and why do we exist and what is the point of life. And he just keeps looking at the water, and he keeps smoking, and he tells me, we misunderstand life. You should really meditate more often. And by that I mean sometimes you should shut up. So that's all I have.